SPY holding support. Shorts are closing rather than bulls buying at former resistance. The bears may take it higher, and this would be evidence of that. As you can see, SPY open interest. That is this week's end. Open short interest has dropped and longs are still holding without closing, as can be seen by the put call ratio at 2.0745, slightly lower put to call ratio, still desperately dangerous. So it's gone down, but it's still well above where shorts would be safe, that figure. The strike that's holding above 400 is this one. It persists past Valentine's Day. So if I just go up and show you, when was that? This is the close of the week where you've still got 1.3 put to call ratio. You're still holding that strike above 400. Go to the end of next week, put call ratio 3, right? 3.05. That's absurd. And this is quite an unrealistic level, isn't it? With 3.75. So you can imagine when these, you get some normalization of the put to call ratio, that will again involve the shorts closing as opposed to the longs buying. So that persists for a number of weeks. The bulls don't need to buy anything to see us hold these levels, therefore. Above 410, you may be asking for risk. As you can see, even throughout until the end of next week, above 410 is where you find a lot of incentive for longs to close. So you may be asking for trouble if you're trading the index funds. Look to select sectors for better value risk, or as we say on this channel, more chocolate, less biscuit. Talking about chocolate to biscuit ratio, we can expect things to increase towards 420 and beyond if this put to call ratio really does lead to another push higher. Whether we see that by the end of the week or not would be asking a lot, seeing as we're already checking out next week's open interest. But this strike price here, this is at absurd levels downside, considering that it's a no news environment until after close on Valentine's by a long shot. So the squeeze continues, and as GME likes to put it, shorts are buying up the price. This show is unlike any other but its brother. And just as they are, it's full of all the moves ahead of the news. This show, no different. No different at all. So, are you ready for a big possible opportunity? Well, ahead of that, I have for you a piece of crap ticker. This is TBLT. It makes its way to the stage, and boy, oh boy, is this thing a piece of crap, and its owners total scam artists. Boy, oh boy, but that's just one man's opinion, and it was shouted to me from a passing vehicle, so I didn't catch the guy's name. That being said, there is a 250% potential move here, 14 to 1 risk reward ratio. I would wait till it comes back to 1.54 or so. I wouldn't want it below 125 in its previous lows because it could just go to nothing. If it did bounce though, I'd love to see it go all the way back to that target there at 270, and if it does go above it, it could double, right? So 100% from there. You might want to manage your risk on a breakout to the tip side. That might catch the 50 simple on the 5-day, that sort of thing. Weekly, similar sort of levels. As you can see, also an absolute crazy flash target back above. Now, you could manage this trade by following it with a stop loss. I don't necessarily think it's going to go, you know, completely and utterly back to these levels, but if it did, it would only be a 382 retracement from that limit high. So that's possible, but it's also true to say that this is absolutely awful. This ticker's terrible. It's not something I would feel comfortable talking about typically, and I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you this offer ticker without a good one to go with it, right? I wouldn't. And boy, oh boy, would I love to do that, but I can't, right? Instead, I'm going to show you this, right? Zoom, ZM. This is the setup. It's not financial advice, but it is a potential move of over 100%. If it does its business, and I mean that in the economic sense rather than the very good boy sense, then you could see it hold that 200 period moving average. If it slips below it, 65 would be a really good place to look for an entry. I don't particularly want it below 60 and these prior lows way back when. I'd rather it bounce before that, and it got in here, lots of chocolate, little biscuit. At that stage, I'd move back up to around 138. Wouldn't be completely out of the question. You're already very extended beyond this potential harmonic. You've got this PRZ. You've had one move away from it, and you got a terminal candle entry here. It's just, I would really like another bite of the cherry and another touch of bullish divergence before we head off, right? Come back, test these prior lows in around those levels at 69. Check out Luke's beers. That would be where I'd look for an entry on Zoom. And that would be a good trade. Aye, would be a good trade. So let's see if it does its business. Add to the millionaire making experience. Oh my lordy lord. So there's no rush in rushing to be rich, but there is plenty of wealth and waiting to be right. Welcome to Tradespotting Appreciation Wednesdays. Thanks very much for tuning in. Somebody asked me to take a quick look at TKAT. 26% on the day. I'd prefer this to come back to around 0.86. I wouldn't want it below 0.75. At that stage, I'd perhaps be targeting 1.74. At the minute, it could very well retrace, because if you look at the moves it's had since this previous high, this retracement now is on its way to 236. Any further, 1.7, that would be you're looking to. The next high in this same trend, retracing it now, has made it to the 236. So above here, you'd be looking to that 382, which is confluent with the previous 236. Also gives you a degree of symmetry throughout the rest of these breakdowns, because your next high on this subsequent fib, should it break above not 1.224, is the 1.6 towards 1.7, and then that also gives you the ability to manage your risk. If you drop back below this 236, potentially you wouldn't want it. If you drop back below this guy's 236, you definitely wouldn't want it, because you'd be coming on to test your prior lows. The inverted head and shoulders that looks like could play out in this thing wouldn't happen, and there'd be no chance of targeting 4. But if you do bounce here, then you could follow that trade in profit and try and take it to those levels. I'd be managing it with a stop following behind price action, and I'd be moving it up diligently and carefully as it broke through resistance. You could find those using these same fib levels, and if you have any more questions about it, feel free to ask. But that wasn't part of the standard scheduling, that was an extra question. So SPY 410, that's what you're looking to hold, as we spoke about on the open interest. Let's dive down into the tiny little bits, 15-minute time frame, where we can see you've got your 200 period moving average just underneath there. You've got 3 touches of bearish divergence, but this thing has broken through the previous trend. So high, so you hold 408, that's a positive level of support. You break down 4000, so that's the next level where you'd find significant interest, and in between times, prior highs, interesting part of this formation at 404. So if it does break down 400 by the end of the week, asking for more than that's a bit much. If it did completely break down, you can tell there from what I think, right? Drop below 388, things would get dangerous. You'd be looking to 377. That doesn't hold. Oh my goodness, 369. And then boom, be back down at 350, 355s, and the whole world be ending again, right? That's what you'd wonder about. Anyway, it's never done ending, isn't it? So that's what you're looking at. Also, there's lots of positive news going around again on the grapevine about this potential acquisition from Saudi Wealth Fund with Lucid, LCID, which I'm not buying into the rumours at all. We had them a couple of weeks ago. Prices moved up $17 beyond their risk change significantly, came back now, and it's a potential bull flag. People might want to trade it from here at 11.50, taking it up towards 15.20, and potentially even as high as far as 24. If there was, the acquisition rumours are true, then that would potentially happen. I know that the risk and chocolate biscuit ratio is way better down here at 650, way better. And that's what I'd be looking for, right? I'm not interested in things that are unless they're going to, you know, the way I trade is that I attract wealth to me. I don't go running after it. That's the way I do most things. So at the end, like, if it's not interested, then great. If it wasn't for me, then it will go past me. Thank goodness, right? So that's what I'm thinking. This is a good way of managing your risk. So that's liquid. Also, the news is like, you know, fair enough, right? But they've already facilitated their manifestation in a serious company through the acquisition of preferred shares. They'd much prefer it was some other car company came in and acquired them, which allowed them to convert their preferred shares to common stock and enter in a de facto partnership with somebody who increased their production capacity in a way that didn't add to their cost basis. That's what you'd ideally want if you were on the side of the trade that the Saudi wealth fund is, right? And that's what I'd be saying if I was managing it. Like, nah, we'll just have it back here, thank you very much. Right, so that would be, I'd think. So you could get excited and emotional about it and trade it from here if you want, though. So, but if you do, make sure you manage your risk. That if it drops back below 11, I'd be worried, you know, especially if it was below 1050. I'd think 200 period moving average at 880, that's 20% odd. And then down to $7, 650. You know, you'd be looking at it thinking Tradespotting, it's going to Tradespotting. It's going to Tradespotting. No, it's going all the way to. That's what you think. So that's what this is also a busy show. So the best show you'll see today on YouTube was from Rock Outcrop, with 3 hours of intense, amazing lessons on so many things that'll help you make money trading. Not financial advice, but amazing advice to help traders on that show. Free show. Check it out. Rocky Outcrop's channel. It's live show today. Go Rocky Outcrop on YouTube and then search live, click the live tab, and then see the most recent video, which is an amazing video. Check it out. Right, what have I missed? Nothing on that screen. Nothing on this screen. Nothing on that screen. Hey, this is surely not right. There won't be nothing anywhere. Here we are, the chat box. This is it, right? Hello, great to see you, Rich. Sup, Massive Ericsson, how do you do? How do you do, Sir Kitties? Ever-present Ace, how you doing, Eeks? Death of a Banana Farige, how are you? Great to see you, buddy. Tubes, President of Tradespotting Fan Club, boom. Choo choo choo, trains here. Trains are here, guitar outside. DW Jake D, Dark. Corman, great to see you all. Lady Kim, brilliant. Jackie. L. Baker, the Black Irish. Yo, David, you're welcome. Big Buckets, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're feeling better today. Katie, how are you? Paul, how are you this afternoon? Good to see you earlier. Yo, Mango, good to see you too. Luke Spears, Bing Bong, how you doing, brother? Kenny Desmick, great to see you, Kenny. Thanks for being here. Flip Fabulous, hello. Hello there. Hi, Walnut. Good to see you. So what a good show that was, right? Loads of information. Very, very quick, perhaps. I spoke fast. And the humble mumble from the east. Can you check out NVDA? Free touches, burst divergence, top potential trend, no confirmation. Look at the forward Kindles. You betcha. NVDA. Ooh. Ooh. Eh? Take out the drawings off. Price action hasn't moved too much today. We're on the 1 hour time frame. Can I please have some more data? Thank you. So, yes, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peaks there. This part of the trend, 1, 2, 3. This trend itself, probably higher, yes, fair enough. And then drawings. Thank you very much, drawings. Don't need this drawing. This is very... sure of itself, this. So the Illuminati came along and did a big poop on my chart. Right, so no, it was me yesterday. Oh, same difference, but right, so this thing, it went up and then you look at, well, I mean, yeah, like, yeah, right. A golden pocket over this guy, you know, it could also push a little bit higher, push higher, another $10 or something, but 2, like a little bit of that. Is this updated? It could give you the wee accuracy nudge. Right, I suppose if this drops below 200 now, it'll be losing its own 236 below the 50 simple on the 1 hour. That'll be, you know, short term. You'd be thinking then these prior highs. It's a lot of interest there. If it does break below that level, you're also losing this previous peak, which is an important part of this current trend, you know, from the lows at 100 to this area 230. That peak in it around 180, having broke through that with a retracement that was only about a 50% retracement there from the lows. Would you look at that, right? If you and then going on again to that maintains the bullish integrity within this trend, right? Now, if that's the break from here, you'd obviously be going through your 236, through your 50%, through your golden pocket, all the way an 886 and beyond. Where is this taken from anyway? Why you like that, Sputter? That's from the previous low. Only back from this low to make the point I was just about to make. Sputter. Right, you'd be back, you know, and it's like looking like even if you were to be going long, right? Why, when you see that formation there, and I'm going to do the Illuminati stuff again, when you see this formation here, with it going up and then it coming back down and it holding like that 50% and then it going on up and down theory, like Rocky was talking about earlier in his video, you're looking at that going on up again. You think this is one trend, right, that starts in around here and ends in around here. Now, the point you're making, Jackie, is 100% right. On this leg of the trend, 3 touches of bearish divergence. And then, so you've also made it back to these golden pocket levels where, you know, it's no longer the risk opportunity it was anywhere within this previous leg. So you'd be thinking either it goes on higher, right, which after 3 touches of bearish divergence, you'd probably say that's unlikely, or it comes back down, and you know. So then at that stage, you're saying where to? Well, if the whole breaks 200, it'll test 190. That's like in and around these peaks, like we were saying, below 200, 190. That's terrible. Doesn't hold that, right? Then this is the next question. Like, is it going to break there? You know, and like then you would be looking at this saying, well, that retracement already. You know, you're looking for bullish divergence at that stage, so that this can come back up and you've got a reason, you know, because it's also, you know, from a risk reward, and you're looking at it from a bullish perspective, there's no chocolate. It's all biscuit all the way down to golden pocket. Here again, 138. So if you wanted to go long on NVIDIA and you were doing it before 138, you'd have to know something I don't know, right? And like, fair enough, well play to you. So then if it did go long there, people would, you know, and then you're asking it to break this level again, and like, you know, you've already gone up here and failed to break this dude. Right, you failed to actually change the structure of it, so you just come back down, right? You would, and then the question is like this, and then that's like brutal. Now the Illuminati are back, and you can see why, right? And you see why they're so rich. So that's that, right? And look, serious. I'm serious. Look, because somebody's infected. It's the here you go, do 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 do, right? And I mean, if you're looking at this and you're drawing out your fibs, you probably also have the symmetry, which actually literally does give you in that. And look, I'm about to get a knock on the door. Hello. Right, it is. They're about to knock and carry me away now because I should stop. I should stop it. Eh? I should stop. Okay, forget everything you just saw. What was the question? What was the question? It's from Jackie. 3 touches of bearish divergence. I mean, I don't know what you asked, Jackie. I got a ticker that could definitely make some people some money. Oh my goodness, you're not a tip giver, are you, Dark? You tip giver, you, Miss Gim? Miss Gim. Here, not mid-skim, Miss Gim. Media for Europe futures. Well, damn, okay. Well, it's not giving me anything on that time frame. No data. Yeah, this one. Eurydics. Here we are. Oops. Oops, a daisy. So, I mean, European equities, slightly different from American, you know, the ECB still going through extremely strong rate rises, no slowing of the pace yet. It took them longer to get started, so, you know, they do. That would be natural, right? A lot of thermodynamics and whatnot. So as a consequence, they're still hawkish when everybody else is dovish. And Jerome come out yesterday with his wee chat. They would call that a dovish little chat. So is this what you're looking at, Dark? So and investors like there not to be any risk, you know. Also, they like when people invest, interest rates go up because then they're hot money, right? It's worth more money in it. So there's a slightly different dynamic with European equities and US equities. There's, that's the same fib, yo. Radio Spoda. In your 50 golden pocket, this guy held to 236, broke your prior high, 236 now at that most recent breakout. You know, that's alright. Is this what you're talking about? I'm doing good, Jose. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? No, it's the Motorsport Games, yo. Oh, it's those guys. So they've already had a massive move. MSGM. There they are. Why did that not come up last time? Sure, they already had a massive move, yo. Oh, you're talking about this because of the... You still think it's going, right? I mean, I suppose it probably does get good follow through at some point, but still got this huge gap below. You know what I'm saying, yo? So do we not look at this and see there was a flash below as well? There's some danger with this that you wouldn't know typically. There it is there. It holds 742 and it's less than 50%, right? So it might make people a lot of money, but in advance of that, it has a high chance of costing them half their money. You know what I mean? Yo, woo, oh my goodness, right? So be careful. I have covered this in a show, though. So check it out. I mean, it'll be in, at least I'll have written chapters and mentioned it and whatnot. I have covered this quite a lot. So if you're looking for TA on it, you know, there is some from your favourite spotter. Also, there's not something else to worry about on this as well that we also discovered. I think there might be another thing. Guys, I think there might be something else to worry about as well. Yeah, well, I mean, clearly it's had this very, very strong move from the highs to the lows. Everyone was sure they were going bankrupt. What was it again? It wasn't acquisition. It was like they got their licensing rights. Jump, came back, held the 236, jump, and holding the 236, going to the golden pocket. Oh, this is doing that thing Tradespotting likes. But it's kind of done it, innit? I mean, let's be honest. Cabs Let's be honest, Cabs, yeah. So there, you know, you would like it to hold the 50, but it didn't. It got rejected. Wick lost the 50. You're looking for it to hold the 382. That was the prior high. That was support. Great. Go on again. Exceed your previous high. You look for a 786. At that point, you really want to get to it. You probably want to get out Dodge, you know. Do I expect that to happen? Not really. You know, let's be Cabs are, I mean, Cabsy, we're saying it already. If it does break that 236, then you would be wondering, does it just do the symmetry that we spoke about previously and come back to the golden pocket, which would be in around $687? That's what you'd be looking at from the chart. You know, this is the symmetry here. Right, that's where you get the symmetry. Own this dude. And so that's what you'll be looking at, right? That's what I think from just my analysis of that daily time frame. And then when you were down there on wherever it was, you saw the huge warning sign, which look, there it is, right? And where is that? It's right next to look where it would be, right? So Tradespotting wins again. Do you know, this is how I pay my bills. So that's the answer. When everybody else is mistaken, is sprechen sie tips, with sprechen sie chocolate and less biscuits. Hey, and that's just the retracement to this level. Your reaction at that point would be interesting, you know. I'd say that this would be subsequent to that move, which I have spokeneth of it. So let's see if it happeneth. Then the point of interest I would focus on would be this 50%, right? And then this 50%. So I'd get this tightening range. You know, that's what I'd be looking to subsequently. So, you know, seen something like that before. That's why. Right. So there you go. Remember, Zoom. Never forget. Lessons there for the chapter asked. TBLT. This can't in all good faith recommend that nonsense. But look at it. And then SPY. Well, that was the important one, wasn't it? We talked about how, you know, gain, when it's in these little ranges ahead of the massive volatile break, it may well be that you find better risk reward, better value on your risk in the select sectors or single stocks. So, a very really good show. That was a brilliant Tradespotting Appreciation Wednesdays. I loved it. I had the best Tradespotting Appreciation Wednesday this week. I see in the chat box there. No, I don't, because I just moved it like an Egypt face. Where are you, chat box? Come back. Ba-ba-ba-bam. cozy and dark. Thanks, guys. There is Lisa. Great to see you. Smash the like button. Yeah, everyone, smash the like button. What a brilliant Tradespotting Appreciation Wednesday it was. Oh, it was one of the best. One of the best. Only the third so far. So that was a short-lived tradition, wasn't it? Still, we like to do things in bursts. Bursting blobs and blabs around here. I had a great day. That was a good show. More, I suppose around tomorrow, right? I suppose more tomorrow. More tomorrow. Unless they shut me off. You know, the guitar said stop that. I was wanting to do a test, see if ScottishElectricity.org were going to shut me down. Turn on, look, oh no, look, the lights are going, oh, look, guys, look, oh no, they must be cutting me off. Oh no, what is this? Oh, I can't make a joke like that. That's too soon. Well, look, they'll be in a minute to forcefully install a prepayment meter if you guys, stop it, guy, help me, guys, all jokes, right? See you tomorrow. Check out Rocky's show. I linked it in the chat box there. It's incredible. No, like, it's the value in it's amazing. Check that out. That's what you should be doing your time. Look, Jackie, stop that. Thanks. Guitar outside. Cheers. Stream Elements 404, so enjoy your 70% love. Thanks. Yeah, the Stream Labs. I don't know what's up with Stream Elements. Get my face, Stream Elements. Why are you so weird with your nonsense? I suppose I should have looked into that, eh? Tradespotting, you should be taking care of these things, you big fanny. How did you get your Twitter back? By the force of good, right? You see? With the heroes that watch this channel. You know, it takes like huge YouTube or Twitter personalities to get back, like, on your side, and that everybody else out there abandoned me. Only person who showed any like, was Houston, the tall ledge of Houston. He was like, this is terrible, we should do something, somebody should do something, and at least that was something. And then, you know, the real power came from you people did it all, right? So the cross is a sign of victory, the resurrection is the triumph. Fuck the bastards. Back from the fucking dead. Fuck the bastards. We can do anything here. And we're going to do so many things.